First try?
What was that?
I don't know. Did your guys' whole screen go blank?
No, we were watching the intro and then it cut off, and then
you are a fucking pitcher, dude. You balked. You balked at the beginning of the goddamn game, dude. How do you balk a guy on the first base? You just
Joe, this is exactly what happened. You are correct. Just letting you know.
I ate a piece of pizza, dude. I mean, let me be, Joe. All right.
How long does it take to eat a piece of pizza? How big was the piece of pizza? Were you eating like a challenge size?
Pretty small, actually. And it's thin crust. Shit.
It was thin crust? Oh my God. Would you finish it in 4 bites?
I got a baby mouth.
Nah, it's probably eating it with a fork and knife. That's what took so long.
No. I'm not Sean Foy.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have to get to the crux of this situation right now. We're
the crust or the crux?
See what you did there. I like it. Look,
punny.
All right, look. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. We're going to get it out of the way right now. All right. It has nothing to do with sports. I understand. But rest in peace, Val Kilmer. And fuck you, Sean Foy, for not seeing Tombstone. That is absolute man foul.
I mean, have you had TNT or AMC on your television capabilities in your lifetime? That movie is on every fucking day.
It's How have you not seen it? That and the Italian Job are on every fucking day.
And Law Abiding Citizen with Gerard Butler when he stabs the guy with the T-bone. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's on TNT every day.
Spoilers. Whoa.
Rip Doc Holliday. I've got one for each of you. It's the reason that we call our subscription-based thing the Huckleberries is because of that movie. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. And rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I didn't even know he had cancer. He's only 65 years old. Obviously, he's in Top Gun. He was Batman. He was in Heat. He's in a ton of movies, but awesome actor, awesome career, awesome life. And by all accounts, a really great guy.
What's your favorite Val Kilmer movie?
Tombstone.
Mine's going to be Tombstone, without a doubt.
It's Tombstone. Or Heat. I love Heat. So, I mean, but it's not necessarily a Val Kilmer movie. He's kind of like the third banana in that movie. But
third banana. I've never heard that term in my life.
Whatever. Second banana? You never heard that? All right. Let's talk about some more positive stuff, I guess, or some sports. Do you guys want to start with the Buzz Williams stuff? Do you want to start with the Orioles? How do you want to go today?
No, I want to skew negative still. I want to tell Kellen Lord to fuck off, man. I mean, this is bullshit. You go to Villanova, double down, say basically people should get over stuff. Screw you, dude. Like, screw you. Like,
it's time to get over it. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. Look, it's a
time to get over it.
It's a rainy Thursday in Baltimore. I'm skewing sad and mad. All right, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
So screw you, Kevin Willard. Go up there, have fun with your NIL money on the main line. Have a great time. I hope you screw over kids. Hope kids screw you over. Hope you bitch, whine, and moan more. I hope your hair follicles continue to fall out. I don't give a shit about you. You use us as a stepping stone. Maryland is not a stepping stone from a basketball program standpoint. Screw you.
I don't think I got anything else to add to that.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah, Brian met Joe and Benny last night. Both of them.
And I like them both.
I liked them both. I honestly, I can't believe that this guy just continues to become more and more of a fucking dickhead. Basically coming out and saying that he was a little too abrasive in his comments during the NCAA tournament when he was talking about Maryland's, lack of resources and stuff like that. I got a little excited, quote unquote, is what he said. The only thing I'm going to say is normal fans just don't understand what went on. I just think it's time for everyone to move on. That's what he said. Everything I said during the press conference was because I love Maryland. I was passionate about my job. Very simply, all I wanted to do was try to get the best for my players, best for the program. I'm going to do the same here at Villanova. My comments were just about having an opportunity to try to make Maryland the best program we can make it. He says all this a week after he and his agent were literally negotiating a contract with Villanova while the Terps were preparing for a Sweet 16 game with the best team that we've had.
Negotiating in bad faith.
And he's lying about it the whole time. And now he's telling us that we need to move on.
He's doubling down. He's doubling down on his lies. That is a pre-made statement by his agent or an attorney. Screw you. You're a liar.
I hate him. I literally hope Villanova never wins another basketball game because of him. And I've got nothing against the Villanova program other than him.
Absolutely not.
Daddy Reynolds. He was great. I loved him. But fuck.
One of the best finishes of all time in college basketball national championship. Dear God, I hope he is coaching at Grand Valley State in 4 years.
I don't know. I hope he's on whatever deserted island Mark Turgeon's on collecting money. Fuck that guy.
Oh, Christ.
Sorry.
Turge. But also, like, I mean, I see why he did this. He can't go to a brand new fan base and have them hate him as well already. So,
I mean, I don't know how.
You can't hate people on the main line. You cannot hate people on the main line. They will cut you with their $100 bills.
I've taken so many shots at Nova fans on Twitter already. Like, you guys don't know what you're getting into. You just don't. This is not going to be good. This is no good.
Kudos to Jimmy Seafood, by the way, for making snake bite
crab cake appetizers.
Yeah, snake bite crab cake appetizers in honor of Kevin Willard. Well done.
It was pretty funny. Somebody wrote like a whole article on it. I forget who it was. And like the one line, like they're going through all the shit that went down. The one line is in self-proclaimed best crab cake in Maryland, Jimmy's Seafood, and goes into that whole thing. And they retweeted it and put a quote tweet and said self-proclaimed question mark.
Kudos to John and Tony Minidakis. So that's awesome. And
dude, they are so good at the Twitter. They're good at the Twitter.
Oh, the tweets. And then, I mean, when they put that billboard up when PETA came after him and they made a beer called PETA Tears, it was so good.
This just came through the little Twitter sphere. Sorry. New England is sending.
You never want to meet John Tony Minidakis' mother, Miss Fola, in an alley. That woman will rip your head off, take it to the bank, cash it, withdraw it, and then punch you into the harbor.
You should have picked her for the bar fight draft.
Oh, she would take down every single person I had at the same time with one hand. And a crab cake, eating a crab cake.
New England has just traded backup quarterback Joe Milton to the Dallas Cowboys. With Cooper Rush going to Baltimore, Dallas now has a new backup for Dak Prescott, who gets hurt all the time. So that's just came through via Adam Schefter. I just wanted to mention that because we were talking earlier this year before the Ravens signed Cooper Rush about maybe potentially going for Joe Milton because of how well he played in that last game for New England against Buffalo when Buffalo completely tanked at the end of the year last year. Anyway, we're not going to talk too much football today because there's a lot of other stuff to get to. I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was interesting. Let's talk about Buzz Williams. So right after we went off air the other day, or maybe just a couple hours after we went off air, John Rothstein and a couple other people broke that Buzz Williams was going to be taking the University of Maryland basketball coaching job and leaving Texas A&M. What do you guys think of the hire? It seems like it was basically the best we could do given the circumstances. Also, I just think it's weird that we were able to make this hire without an AD. I think they said one of the assistants in the higher ups in the school made the decision. I don't really know what's going on. Do you guys have more information, Brooks? You probably have the most.
Not really. I mean, it's obviously the interim AD, but I think it's a good hire. Everything I'm reading, I mean, he's one of the guys where I said, like, I think that he wins everywhere he goes, right? I'm a little worried that it's going to be another stepping stone for this guy as well. I mean, we shouldn't be that kind of a program, and everything he said has been by the book in terms of like he wants to bring a national championship here, blah, blah, blah. I think this is a national championship school. But I just hope because if he does what he's been doing everywhere else, he's going to get an offer from a big time program elsewhere as well. I just don't know who that would be, what kind of money, what the revenue share is going to look like at that point. And listening to SVP's podcast yesterday, 2 days ago, they raised a ton of money to convince Willard to stay. So he basically said whoever comes into it, this was before obviously the Buzz Williams announcement, whoever comes into the situation is coming into a very, very good situation in terms of our pockets being heavy and being deep. So
I like hearing that because we have one rostered player. Well, that's not true. We have two, but Derek Queen's leaving. We know that. So we have one guy.
He keeps saying, like, they're putting out these little things out there, and everyone's like, dude, just go to the NBA. We know.
He's such a troll, dude. He's hilarious. I love it. I love what he's doing because I think he's doing it. He's handling it the right way, which is laughing it off, which is the only thing you can do in his situation.
Right? I love that Buzz Williams.
He learned it from the best. He learned it from Willard. I mean,
yeah.
I love that Buzz Williams had a full team meeting yesterday or today and brought everybody with it in, including people in the transfer portal and everything like that, to have a conversation. Because I have seen reports that, like, Jacoby Gillespie, he's taken his visit to Tennessee, and everyone thinks he's going to go there. But they are putting a couple things out there for some of our guys to say, like, yeah, they're basically in between coming back to Maryland now that we have Buzz Williams coming in and going to wherever they're going to go. Because I'm sure that's just going to come down to money, really.
Well, in Gillespie's case, it was everyone's expecting either Nova or Tennessee because he's from Tennessee. He would be a hometown guy there. And then obviously Nova, the ties with Willard, that's why he would follow there. That's why the top two, that would be the top two destinations for him in particular. I don't know where Rodney Rice is linked to at this point. I would assume Villanova is one of the teams. And obviously if you enter the transfer portal, you don't necessarily have to transfer, right?
No, you can come back.
Exactly. You can come back.
That's why he had the team meeting, and that's why I liked when they put out there that they think that some of these guys like Gillespie and stuff have said that they are still considering coming back to Maryland, even though SVP did say on his podcast he fully expects that Gillespie goes to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So,
and he probably knows a lot more than we do. If I had.
Oh yeah, he was mad, dude.
Yeah.
He was real mad. But I loved it. I mean, he just because he's a part of.
I think Brooks just went to heaven.
Yeah.
If something's happening on my side, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's okay. You went to heaven.
God is calling you because you just go completely white. See the light at the end of the tunnel, Brooks. Trust me, we got your back. We'll take care of Banks. We got you.
I mean,
anyway, yeah.
For those who don't know, I almost got hit by a tornado last night.
Holy
what
shit!
What the fuck was going on there?
What was that?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on this? I mean, look, I want to talk about Joe Benny's and Benny's on High Street. You had a tornado almost collapse you. What? And he's gone again.
There it goes. The tornado got him. He's turned white. He's ghostly white.
You ride him, baby.
He's ghostly. He's so white after realizing that he almost died last night.
Holy shit!
Near-death experience.
He sent that video. I was like, "Holy hell, man! I hope you're all right."
If you guys don't know, Brooks lives in Indiana, and there was a massive storm that went through the Midwest last night, and he was on the outskirts of it, luckily. But there was definitely some real bad stuff going on in the Midwest, and I know he was not necessarily in just the outskirts of it. You had a lot of weather around you, right, Brooks?
So,
yeah, I guess the Nader just got me again.
The Nader. No one's ever said that.
Did that hit in Carmel or just outside of Carmel? The tornado video you sent?
No, yeah, it hit like downtown Carmel. It was literally. I was looking at the maps that one of our buddies is a meteorologist for NASA was sending me, and he was like, he gave he had my location on there, and the tornado was 2.2 miles away, and then I started seeing everybody's posts going up about they were seeing the funnel and everything like that, but apparently it got knocked down pretty quickly from, I guess, other wind. He was telling me. I don't know anything about it, but
is there like a considerable amount of damage in the Carmel area, or was it not like super bad in that area?
Yeah, there is. There's a bunch of trees and power lines and stuff like that down. I think there's a couple warehouses that have some damage and stuff like that. It wasn't anything like we had a tornado last year, 2 years ago, that ripped through Greenwood, which is on the south side of Indianapolis, and that destroyed homes, neighborhoods. So that was it was a little scary. We had the entire the siren was going off. We had to go in the basement for a while. Kind of came out of nowhere. We knew it was coming, but it just kind of pops up, and then you're like, oh fuck, I guess we gotta go to the basement.
At least you have some sort of warning. I mean, I used to work in Oklahoma City when I worked for General Dynamics, and I was in Moore, Oklahoma, when an Fujita scale 5 tornado hit, and seeing something like that, it's etched in your skull. I mean, it took down a fucking water tower, the Moore water tower. It's scary as shit. And I know you where you live, and obviously we've been out there. We got some flat land out there, so it's easy for tornadoes and stuff to pop up, as opposed to where Dusty and I live, where you don't really get them. And if Dusty gets anything, it's probably like what do they call them, like water spouts or something like that, like the water tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tornado season right now because it's going from like 70 to 80 degrees down to like 40 degrees, and it's going like back and forth right now. So shit's a little wild right now.
Did they say what it was on the Vegeta scale? Did it was like a F2? Was it a F3?
I didn't look it up, to be honest with you. I haven't looked at anything this morning. I just saw some pictures that people posted online just of some debris and everything like that. And I did see like a warehouse had like fallen down on one side, but it was nothing. It was like an old warehouse. So, but yeah, apparently it went right down like 116th, like right around Main Street downtown.
That's crazy.
So it was nuts. Like your phone like goes haywire, like an Amber Alert, and then you hear the siren from like the fire station or wherever it goes off from. And you're like,
it's probably the fire station, and it needs to get downstairs and get away from windows. That's a big thing. EF4,
F4 to Arkansas, half a block from you. Damn, Joe, we're happy that you're safe, man, and you're able to listen today, and hopefully everyone in your family and your immediate surrounding area is all right, because that's scary as shit.
It's more the debris that gets anybody other than the actual wind and all the wind shear shit. It's I mean, the shit's flying around. I mean, you get like wood boards, all that stuff. I mean, tree limbs. I mean, look. I'm a big weather guy. I used to be scared of weather when I was a kid because I almost got killed by a tornado when we were in a camper. And so I know what millibars means, but I'm a nerd. But yeah, it's scary stuff, man. When I saw that video, like it immediately captures my attention to the nth degree. So glad everyone's all right, man.
Excited by weather, or are you scared of it? You seem like you're getting a little excited.
I used to be scared by it when I was a kid. I mean, it could be a clear ass day, and then I like watch the Weather Channel, and Jim Cantori is my hero. But no, I love weather. I enjoy it. That's why I love the movie Twister and Twisters so much, and also whatever his name is, Glenn Powell. He's a good looking man.
Bill Paxton. Big fan of that guy.
Big Bill Paxton. And Helen Hunt spoke.
Yeah. All right. That's some crazy updates on behind the scenes for the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture show.
Yeah,
Brian. And by the way, I have story time with Brian Rogers today after 2 days ago at a bar scene. But whenever you guys are ready for that,
I was gonna say, if you want to talk about the ticker that's going on the bottom of the screen right now, Brian, if you want to give us a little information on that, and then you can go into story time.
Sure. So
give a little Brian. This is our Brian segment of the show.
Guys. Yeah, I'm gonna steal the show for about 5 minutes. First off, thank you to Russ and Debbie for allowing Katie and I to go to the game last night, even though the game for the Orioles kind of stunk. We really put up a dud there. Yeah. Garrett Crochet shoved it. But thank you to them for the tickets. Great seats, section 230, right behind home plate. We were in foul ball. We're in the mecca of foul balls. I mean, there might have been about 15 to 20 hit toward our way with any right-handed batter would just fray ones over our head. But we didn't catch one. But that being said, we got to go to Joe Benny's. I got to show the back of the shirt too. After the game, we went there. Then I'll get into all this. If you're in Baltimore, go to this place. Go to Benny's on High Street, 300 High Street.
Best balls on the block, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. But, Russ, who's the father of Antonio, and Antonio from Rosedale. He calls into the show. He's been on the show before many of time. He is throwing a fundraiser for the GILD, or Orioles Advocates Charitable Foundation, and the Gaba Foundation. And we all know who Gaba is. We know who Antonio is. Russ is a little bit more on the periphery, but he's very, very, very adamant about this. And I'm just going to read some of the stuff he says. It's a social and educational group for individuals with learning deficiencies. The Oriole Advocates work to collect and distribute used baseball equipment to disadvantaged youth, and with the Challenger baseball program. The Gaba Foundation works with causes for childhood illnesses, all very worthwhile charities. So please support these guys. On Sunday, May 18th, it's the day after Preakness, people, in Little Italy. Come down. Russ and all of his friends, including myself, I will be bartending a a stand. I'm sure I already offered my. I'm volunteering my services along with another gentleman named Carson. We're going to bartend, have fun, enjoy yourself. Come down. There's a kids section down in Little Italy on Sunday, May 18th. It goes also the duration of the day. The festival is to promote Little Italy neighborhood and community, and we will lighten up the streets of Little Italy with new street lights at the end of the festival. So please come down and support these guys. I can see when I talked to Russ last night while we're sitting there having beers, he's having his whiskey, how passionate he is about it. It is something that is so nice for the community. So please come down and support these guys. Go to Benny's on High Street. It's an awesome spot. Went there. Great espresso martinis, great whiskey selection, and great sangria. I had a sangria last night. I had a sangria and a whiskey. Those two go hand in hand. But just great people, good times, and you can't go wrong by doing this. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better about yourself.
Yeah. And if you don't have the information, Brian, we'll try to get it throughout the duration of the show of how you can
Laura,
donate.
Laura, I will find a way to get some sort of donation. I'll get a link or some sort of email that you can go to, and it'll go right to my buddy Russ, and he will take care of it. But you can see how passionate he is about it. He's already, and then Russ I go, Russ, he's already starting to plan something after that. I'm like, he goes, wait a minute, I'm going to Sicily for 16 or 18 days. I'm like, yeah, you already focus on Sicily, buddy.
If we can't get that information to you guys by the end of the show on how to donate, we'll get that out on our socials. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to support, we'll do our best to get you guys that information.
I'm texting him right now to find out if there's any kind of link, and I'll let you guys know.
So we'll see. Thank you, Brian, for bringing that to our attention, and thank you to Antonio and Russ and his family for being such awesome people and supporting our show and supporting the community, obviously.
And go to Benny's. Oh my God, I didn't eat there,
Benny's.
but I mean, I went to Joe Benny's, the old shop, and oh my God, delicious. I used to get it from my staff at 5 Iron Golf when I was the GM there, and just such good food. So I can only imagine the food is transferred to the new establishment.
Yeah. All right. You went to the Orioles game last night. Segues are weird. We're going to get into the Orioles game, and we're going to save actually story time with Brian while you're trying to get the link for the Gerald.
Yeah, because this one's long, and I got threatened to be killed about 6 times, so it was pretty awesome.
Okay, well, perfect. We'll save that for a little later. Let's talk about the Orioles specifically last night. I noticed this super early in the game. Crochet was getting ahead of us with inside fastballs. He was pounding the inside of the zone with fastballs early in the counts, and then he was letting that slider work off of those fastballs. A lot of guys in the second or third inning, I guess, started picking up on this and started swinging really early in the count, trying to get aggressive and jump on those early fastballs. But it just didn't work. He had his stuff going last night, and he just kind of shoved. We got good wood on a couple that just weren't flying out. And I didn't think Eflin pitched bad. I didn't think he had his best stuff. His velo was a little down. Brooks is going to talk about that, I think. But you were at the game. What was the vibe at the game, Brian? Was it like it was on TV? It just felt like, Crochet shoving. We're just going to have to wait till we get to the bullpen and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was a little bit of a windier, colder night. So I guess some Oriole fans were deterred by coming out because I thought it'd be busier than it was. I go to opening
looked
nights
empty on TV. It looked empty on TV.
And it was 50-50 O's Red Sox. I'm not gonna lie, and I hate to say it, but it is what it is. But it was a windy, cold night. And look, I mean, Crochet shoved it. He was getting ahead of us the entire time. I thought that one even looked decent. I know he gave up a solo bomb. I mean, is what it is, but the vibe in the stadium wasn't what I thought it would be. For having a decent squad this year, I wish there'd be some more hoopla around this team right now.
Just wasn't a lot of juice last night. Brooks, what did you see from the starting pitching in general, or in particular, and any other stuff that you saw in general that you want to touch on from last night's game?
Not really. I mean, it was you kind of said the only thing I saw Eflin's average fastball, or his fastball, was a little down last night for whatever reason. But I mean, I didn't think it was a bad performance. 6 innings. What do we have here? 6 innings, 3 earned.
Or how many?
One solo bomb. I could give a shit less about solo bombs.
Yeah, it was just a hanger, and Story poked it.
Actually, I went back and looked at it. He threw it exactly where he was supposed to throw it, so he was just fucking sitting on it. It was an outside slider. And I don't know if they do this because it's pitcher to pitcher, because some pitchers like to see a target where they want to throw it, like where they want the slider or whatever to end up. And some people want that to be like their target where they're throwing it to and let it break off of that.
Yeah.
But that's where Sanchez called it. And he hit that spot relatively. I mean, he left a little bit further over the plate than he should have, but he jumped on it. He yanked an outside slider. So you got to be sitting on it to do that.
I will say this. The one thing that really disturbed me was the outfield play was pretty subpar. A couple bobble balls by Seti in center, and then Tyler O'Neill and right
missed Westberg. He missed the cutoff man.
He missed the cutoff man, and that would have saved us a run. Now look, we're still scoring no runs, so we're still losing. But that's
small things.
That's fundamental baseball shit. So that was very depressing.
Yeah, especially I would say that's probably with Cowser out. That's the best outfield we can put out there defensively with Laureano in center or in left, who former center fielder, Tyler O'Neill in right, who's a former Gold Glover, and Cedric Mullins, who we know is a great defensive player. Nick texted me this last night and he just commented it. I don't mind losing, but I hate bad defensive baseball last night. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. Missing the cutoff, man, there's no excuse for that. You should be down 2 instead of 3. Maybe those at-bats go a little differently towards the end of the game. Maybe Crochet gets pulled a little earlier if there's a guy on base. You know, a lot of different things can happen based on one run in a baseball game. And look, we probably weren't going to win last night anyway because Crochet shoved last night, just straight up. Sometimes a guy's going to shove.
It's hard to win when you don't score any runs. I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't care what.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Also, the most disappointing thing, Nick, of the night wasn't the bad defensive baseball. It's $12 for a slice of cheese pizza at Squires in the club level. What is wrong with you people?
Squires, man.
Yeah, you don't get the value menu in the club level, man.
Well, you get your nuts.
Well, you pay the extra to get that Dundalk delicacy in there, man.
Look, I got a bone to pick with you people, and by you people I mean Katie. I bought a bag of
I got a lot of problems with you people.
I bought a bag of peanuts, and that woman ate. She manhandled my peanuts. I had like 6. All right,
you manhandled your penis.
Peanuts.
Penis. Penis.
It's a children's show, Brooks. All right.
I think I can help with the whole Pam situation.
I just keep hearing penis. I don't know.
So, did you get salted or unsalted?
Salted, dude. Come on, man.
Salty peanuts.
It's fucking
salty
America.
Penis. Yeah. Salty penis.
Right. Oh man.
I do have a
beer, but I hate paying for pizza.
$12 for a slice of cheese pizza. Like that costs you like 16 cents.
Well, you didn't even draft cheese pizza in your ballpark food draft. Why were you getting that? That would have been like 80th on your list.
If I had a budget, I wouldn't be able to afford it. All right. It's too damn expensive.
That's what I'm hearing, Joe. That's what I'm hearing.
Nuts, yeah.
Like a beanbag.
I mean, just a rough night for the boys last night in Baltimore Orange, but and honestly, not Baltimore Orange. Baltimore, we were wearing the black jerseys last night, which was our Friday special for a while. Why did we do that? Was that just because it was opening night, or is that going to be a trend moving forward? I thought that was weird. Anyway,
I do have one thing. Like, it's funny. Like, you sit there and look at the box score, and it's like, obviously, it says 0 errors, but little things like hitting the cutoff man aren't going to go in the scorebook in bobbled balls unless they're taking an extra base, potentially.
Mm-hmm. And you couldn't see it on camera, I'm sure, but you could see Wesley was frustrated that O'Neill missed him. Like he slapped his glove against his head.
Yeah, I mean, that's just fucking basic shit, man. Like that's so like that and double cuts and shit. I mean, I don't even know if there was a double cut on that play, but if you miss both cutoff guys,
there was double
that's
cut.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah. I call them tandem cutoffs, but you call it double cut, whatever. There was a double cut, tandem cutoff.
Yeah.
Also, Jordan Westberg was smacking the shit out of the baseball last night, right at people the whole night. He was definitely frustrated the whole night because of that, because he hit 2 balls over 105 miles an hour that ended up as outs. So I'm sure he was as frustrated as anybody out there last night. No Holiday last night either. None of the lefties really played. Obviously, we're already missing Cowser, but good news.
Only 4 left on base.
Hey, do me a favor. Update the ticker and say Sunday, May 18th. You have 17th on there, buddy.
Okay. Fair enough.
Thanks.
No, No, May 17th is VIP.
Yeah.
May 18th.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. Anyway, it looks like by the early reports that we're seeing that Gunnar is probably going to be playing in the game today. We don't know that for sure.
Not for sure yet.
We
He
don't
was
know that
supposed to be on his
100%.
way last night.
But it seems like he's on the way to Baltimore. And if he's not playing in the game today, I would imagine he's going to be traveling with the team to Kansas City and playing in the game tomorrow. So we will have reinforcements coming offensively. That also means that Jackson can slide over to his more natural position now at second base, where he's been working all offseason. Westberg will get more reps at third base as opposed to switching between second and third. And I think our overall defense, especially in the infield, will improve. Obviously, Gunnar had some problems last year with a lot of throwing errors and a lot of kind of mental errors in the field, but his upside in the field is very high, and he's able to get to a lot of balls that some guys are just not going to get to. So I think our defense should be getting a little bit better. Plus, the juice that he brings to the offense, especially at the top of the lineup, you just can't replace it. He was a 9-WAR player last year. I think there's like 3 shortstops in history that have ever put up a 9-WAR season, and he did it as like a 22-year-old. So Hyde matchup play stinks. Play Holiday every day. Nick says, I agree with Joe. Matchup baseball is for nerds. I think there's a little bit to be taken from this. Hyde obviously plays the matchups like a frustrating amount. What is your guys' take on this? I know it's a 162-game season. You got to get everyone reps, and it's tough to complain about 1 out of 162. But the lineup last night, if you looked at it on paper, it just didn't look great. You know what I mean? So a lot of Orioles fans are going to be upset about that.
Look, you guys tell me if I'm absolutely stepping out of bounds here, and I might be stepping out of bounds with this comment. This reminds me so much of Beanball, where Billy Bean was basically using Art Howe as a puppet. Is this Elias using Hyde as a puppet? Because that lineup last night did not look good. Look, you have Westberg in that lineup every single fucking night. You have Holiday in that lineup. You have Seti. You have Adley, which we all had. They were all there last night. And you're obviously going to have Gunnar. But it just seems like there's too much matchup baseball being played. Just go with your fucking gut. And there's a reason, rest in peace, Billy Bean, that Billy Bean never won a World Series. I'm not saying that Moneyball is – the movie Moneyball is great, but they never mentioned any of the fucking pitchers. By the way, they forgot that Mark Mulder was on that guy.
Or Miguel Tejada or Eric Chavez. They just forgot all the best players on the team.
Well, they mentioned Chavi, but he's like trying to steal bases.
Yeah.
Scott Hatterberg gets played. But it just seems like it's puppet ball right now. And Elias was sitting directly behind Cal last night.
Yeah, I mean, it's an organizational philosophy. I think there needs to be a good mix of both. But there are your guys in there that just need to be your guys at some point in time and just let them go.
Especially going to see a number 1 pitcher, right? Like get Holiday some reps against Crochet. He hasn't seen that kind of arm. There's no way he's seen that talent in AAA, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he has, it's some guy doing a rehab start.
Yeah. And it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'd really love to see them get more at bats, and maybe throughout the year it'll be like that. But I mean, I also get it. I mean, it's game 7, right? Out of 162. At some point, the backups have to play too, because they're not just going to come off the bench cold and produce. They have to get playing time as well. So I get that part is difficult.
When you're fighting for a division, you're 2 games behind. Game 7 does matter, believe it or not.
Means it matters just as much as game 162.
Yeah.
It's just that, I don't know. How does he get reps versus number 1 lefty if you don't play him? Exactly. I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make here. And I think that's a point a lot of Orioles fans get frustrated by. But I see both sides of it. I can understand why Hyde or Elias would like to get the other guys involved. But it's frustrating for sure on the surface level to not see Jackson.
Every day is a Super Bowl. Every day is the fucking Super Bowl. And look, these guys aren't going across country in a steam locomotive, all right? So I don't give a damn about travel. Play your fucking position. Play the game. Let these guys go eat, or they say let Russ cook. Just let these guys play, man. I'm sorry. I'm a little adamant about this because we have the team. We have a window right now to win. Let's use it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go against you on some of the travel stuff. I mean, that shit does matter just because it sucks. Like the just the baseball travel in general with the change. But I mean, they don't have to deal with it at the moment as badly. Yeah. It's the beginning of the season.
And they were off yesterday, the day before, right? They had an off day.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think it's do I mind it? No, I just think it just needs to be a little bit more use your gut a little bit as well. So do I fully disagree? No. But that could have been, like you guys are saying, a great opportunity for somebody like Jackson to be like, hey, here's the number one. Like, if we get into the playoffs, you need to understand what this is going to look like.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we're not going to play every single guy every single day. People need days off. But it's early on in the year. People shouldn't need days off unless you're, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to see what they have with Mateo because he might be getting sent down today if it's not Carlson. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't really know that either.
Well, I would think, yeah, but it could be Mateo. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's been uninspiring at the plate, to say the least. So yeah, I mean, look, I wanted to address that because Orioles Twitter was really upset about it last night, and I think rightly so to a certain extent.
But it's also one of those things where, like, the Orioles Twitter goes off about some of these punt lineups, as you want to call them, and it was finally a time for them to be like, I told you so. It was very much an I told you so moment for Orioles Twitter last night. So
yeah, well, Orioles Twitter yesterday in general, and we'll get into this now, was up in arms early in the day because Jackson Merrill got extended, because Christian Campbell, the second baseman for the Red Sox, got extended, because Ketel Marte, the second baseman for the Diamondbacks, got extended yesterday. And, you know, Orioles Twitter loves to get on Elias and Rubenstein about how they talk about how they want to spend money and that there's no budget, but we haven't signed any of our younger guys to deals. I would like to remind you guys that all of our top guys are Boris guys. They aren't going to sign these fucking deals. They aren't. Yeah, unless you offer them a Julio Rodriguez deal, which at this point is probably $100 million above market. And if I'm running a business or if I own a company, I'm probably not going to overpay $100 million just to appease some people on fucking Twitter. So maybe stop. You know, I just stop. Just educate yourselves.
Social media is a weapon. It is fucking awful. Scott Boras comes in with a binder this fucking thick and tells you how the market value of this guy in terms of jersey sales, concessions, how, attendance will go up because this guy's on your team. So screw you to the people that think that Elias isn't trying.
Yeah, I think they're trying. And there are people who are saying like he has done extensions in the past and named a bunch of people and some bigger profile guys, but it's a two-way street. Like, in terms of these guys got to want to sign some of this contract as well and get this thing done. Do I think Boras is telling him, hey, wait till free agency, this is where we're going to make our money? Everybody that we see signing right now, do we think that these are the best deals for their better team deals? We feel like right now. Mm-hmm. So why would you expect them to? Why would you not expect them to try to get as much money as they can?
Scott Boras probably sat in his hot tub last night that's filled with money and just giggled the entire time when he saw the Jackson Merrill deal.
Yeah.
There was I want to find the tweet. There was a bunch of, somebody came out and said, like, yeah, he has done it before. And there was a lot of big name guys. And I was like, yeah, that's true. But those guys were probably like, no, get this fucking deal done. They sent this over. I'm ready to go. So it's got to be a two-way street. And do we know for sure if we're making offers right now? No, I'm not sitting there getting the paperwork or getting the DocuSign sent my way. Nor are they going to share that with anybody. So we don't know if they're making offers, but I would assume they're trying to. I mean, why wouldn't they? Because we all know the value is going to keep going up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and for Jackson Merrill, he's had one really great season. He would have been the rookie of the year in basically any year in MLB history, except for last year, because Skeens did some unbelievable stuff last year. He didn't win rookie of the year. He's only got 1 year under his belt of proven MLB baseball, and we know how hard it is to do this at a consistent level. So he, as a 21-year-old dude, signs a 9-year, $135 million extension, which sounds like a very team-friendly deal. But for him, that's life-changing money for him and his family. They never have to work again in their lives, him or his kids, probably. And by the way, he's 21 years old. So after these 9-year deal is over, he can hit free agency at 30 in the prime of his career. So, he can get that giant deal if he's still playing great baseball. Or 5 years into this deal, which seems to be the trend in sports these days, 5 years into this deal, he could just be like, fuck this, I'm not making enough money, which was what Manny Machado did 5 years into his 10-year deal with the Padres. And he got another 10-year extension for more money. I don't see how this is a loss for Jackson Merrill. I think this is great for the Padres. You secure your guys through ARB and past and beyond, and you get them for a completely discounted price. But I also see the side of it. I can see Christian Campbell's side of it. I can see Jackson Merrill's side of it. Same as I could see Acuna's side of it when he signed that deal. Same as I could see Ozzie Albies' side of it when he signed that deal. Brooks, you got something.
Here's the Boris clients that signed early extensions. I just found it. Carlos Gonzalez, remember him? 7 years.
Cargo.
Yeah, that's a blast from the past. 7 years, 80 million. Elvis Andrews with the Rangers, 8 years, 120 million plus 2 opt-outs. Steven Strasburg with the Nationals, 7 years, 175 with 2 opt-outs. Jose Altuve, 5 years for 151, and Xander Bogaerts with the Red Sox, 6 years, 120 plus 1 opt-out are the ones that they brought up.
$20-30 million a year extensions for these guys.
Exactly.
Those are guys that signed early.
This guy, I mean, look, for all intents and purposes, Jackson Merrill is going to be a stud for years to come. He won a Silver Slugger last year, bet at like 282, I think.
As a 20-year-old.
As a 20-year-old. I mean, the man couldn't even legally have a fucking wine cooler. And he's drinking Jamaican Me Happies now, all right? So
I don't know, dude. He's from Severna Park. He's been to Twain's Tavern once or twice.
Oh, well,
he's been to Twain's.
he's drinking Red Labels. You know, he's drinking heaters. But,
none our pre-ARB extensions. See, this I don't know, Joe. I didn't look this much into it.
But I mean, for him signing for $15 million a year is a steal. It's like the Ronald Acuna deal with the Braves. So fucking smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's making like $10 million a year, and he is a stud.
Yeah.
If we want to be
8 years, 100, I think.
If we want to be pissed off at anything about this about this organization right now, they told us the damn speakers were done. They are not done. Yeah. The sound system was not done.
She said it on Madsen last night. The president of the stadium or the team or whoever was on Madsen last night said
they put in a temporary upgrade until they can do it in the offseason next year. That's you told us they were doing it in the offseason this year.
You do it all offseason. Wall. You moved a wall. You couldn't put in speakers.
So they didn't move the wall. They just inserted a new wall. The old wall's still there. They haven't moved.
Well, they didn't even start on it until about a month before the season. So we were all
what the fuck were they doing for the last 6 months?
I know.
So they're going to get the new speaker system next year, but it seems like they've done whatever they can. We're off the rails.
Speaker right here. All right.
Can you just give me a JJ Hardy? Jay. Jay.
Speaking of, I miss him.
Jay. Wow.
How was, by the way, Brian, you were in the stadium last night. Did you notice that the sound system was different? Was it louder? Was it worse?
It was god awful. And also, I was trying to.
It's been awful the whole time, though, right?
I was trying to hoard as many peanuts as I could possibly get my hands on because Katie was taking all of them.
Hold on to your penis.
Hold on to your penis.
Other extensions. Ketel Marte got a 6-year deal from the Arizona Diamondbacks, $116.5 million. Good for the Diamondbacks, spending some freaking money the last couple of years. They went out and got Erod last year. They got Montgomery last year. Montgomery didn't work out for him. Thank God. But they went out and signed Corbin Burns to a big deal this year. They signed the best player on their team, Ketel Marte, who was third in MVP voting last season and only played 136 games. He's been one of the most consistent bats in the league. Good for him for getting an extension. And once again, good for the Diamondbacks for going out there as a team who traditionally doesn't spend a lot of money and is going out there and really trying to push all their chips in, for lack of a better term, especially in that NL West that is loaded right now with the Padres, the Giants, the Dodgers, and, the Rockies still exist. They're still a baseball team. They're not going to be worrying anyone, but I did want to shout that out because good for him. He's well deserving of that contract. He has been underratedly one of the better players in baseball over the course of the last 3 or 4 years. So, and then Christian Campbell, 8-year, $60 million deal, which is not a whole lot of money, but this kid is super young. He looks like he's 10 years old. He's 22.
Does.
And you saw him in person last night, Brian.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, but good for him. He's secured $60 million over $8 million over 8 years, and the last 2 years are team options. So I mean, he could be hitting free agency before he's 30, and he's already made $60 million. I once again, I can't fault the players for taking this money. I know it looks like not a lot of money for a guy who projects to be really good, but also this guy could not be in the league in 2 years. And
look, there are guys.
How often do we see that?
There are guys below you pushing to take your job, and there's guys above you trying to knock you down. Dude, take the money when you can get the money. Get the bag. Go ahead and get the bag.
And Dustin brought it up.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah. And Dustin brought it up. Like if you're outplaying your contract, go renegotiate it. I mean, we see it all the time.
It's almost no downside at this point. Like Josh Allen was the highest paid quarterback ever when he signed his deal 3 or 4 years ago. It was a 4-year deal. 2 years later, he gets a $20 million pay bump for no reason. I mean, not no reason. He won the MVP. He probably
they didn't have to give it to him.
But they didn't have to give it to him. They could have just told him to go fuck himself. And he would have been like, all right, I guess I'm going to play out the rest of his contract. But now he's so good that Buffalo cannot let him go. He's the face of Buffalo. So he has all the leverage. Even though they hold the chips, they don't really. And yeah, that was the first, leverage. First leverage.
No, it's the second. Well, of the day.
Of the week, it's the second.
We had low leverage dropped by Brooks on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
True.
We used to make fun of people for saying Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now it's like an endearing thing.
It's ingrained in my fucking skull. Thank you, Dean.
We got Charlie Morton and Tanner Houck today, guys. How we feeling? Do we have a lineup yet? Do we have a pick to click yet? Because I am 0 for 6 this year. I have not picked one click.
We do not have a lineup yet, but we do have the upcoming starters for the Kansas City series. The starting pitchers, it will be Kramer, Sugano, and Povich. So Sugano, like we thought, will not miss another start because of that hand cramp that he got pulled with the other day. So not as worried as we were the other day. Would you say, Bob?
Our boy CB is going out. Our boy CB is going out to Kansas City with his brother, and they are already looking at the weather. It's supposed to fucking snow in Kansas City. One of the games
again
out there.
Z-Man sandwich, baby.
We're in tornado times right now, and it could. Yeah, I mean, it can go up through Kansas City potentially.
Tornado times.
Tornado times.
It sounds like a really bad paper.
I was going to say it sounds like a terrible newspaper.
I liked Kansas City when we went there for the All-Star game. In terms of like the town.
Fun city.
Yeah, the town was fun. We saw a lot of really cool. They basically have like their own version of power plant there. Okay. Like a lot of cities do. Someone's at my door.
Stupid blackouts. No games for Joe this weekend. That sucks, Joe. You don't get the game because it's in Kansas City. God. They need to figure that shit out. Man.
What are the options?
I get that in Chicago as well.
What are the options? So like, do you get was it Fubo TV or whatever the hell that is?
Bally's, I think is the big one out here that you have to get. I don't know what Kansas City is.
Okay.
I don't know either. I'm not going to pretend like I do.
He's going to eat some good barbecue, though.
Yeah, he is. Get that Z-Man sandwich. KC, St. Louis, Houston, and Texas. You can't get any of those games in Arkansas. God damn, dude. You need to move to the middle of a bunch of states that don't have teams.
Yeah.
Go to Montana. They probably get everything. Yeah. Yeah. There's no teams in North Dakota. KC FanDuel TV. Are you just pay for that, or do you get access to that? How do you get that?
Yeah, I think I sign up whenever the Orioles play like Chicago, either Chicago.
I think the IRS set your door, buddy.
I think it's haunted. His house is haunted. Maybe it's the Grim Reaper because his screen went white earlier.
Anyone see those pants that man's wearing too? Let's see fucking
at least
Larry.
At least he's wearing pants, right? I don't really know what else we have to talk about in Orioles country, but I do want to talk about the game last night between the Dodgers and the Braves and Shohei Ohtani's torrid start to the year. He hit a walk-off last night. If you guys haven't seen it, he comes up The whole crowd stands up on their feet in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch over the left center field wall. Oppo, see ya. And he walks it off, and it just seems like he was born to play in LA. It just seems like he was born to be on the biggest stage and come up with the biggest moments. And also, the Dodgers improved to 8-0. And the Braves, who are my division pick for the NL East, are 0-7. And no team in 42 years has made the playoffs after starting 0-7. Didn't want to mention that, but how fucking awesome is watching Shohei Ohtani hit the baseball?
He looks like a superstar in that outfit.
Is. Yeah. Just no other
there's no other
analysis.
There's no other analysis needed. I mean, just him putting that jersey on makes the ball fly out of the baseball park. It's unbelievable.
The ball gets scared of seeing him in Dodger white.
Oh, man. He named his dog Dodger, for God's sakes, before he was a Dodger.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, we should have known all along.
Oh.
It was on the first pitch, too. Everybody was standing.
First pitch. Yep. First pitch. If you watch the video, it's electric. He goes up. The whole stadium stands up because his music comes on. And he just takes the first pitch Oppo over the wall. I don't know.
And, by the way, all the walk-up songs with the Orioles stink. Redo them.
All of them?
None of
they picked them. You know they picked them, right?
Yeah, I know they picked them. They stink.
Oh man! Well, remember Chris Davis used to come out to like whatever Christian rock religious song that everyone was.
I hope Kevin Willard comes out to "Hate Me Now" by Nas.
That'd be a good one. I mean, Kate Povich should be good. You got the real Slim Shady.
Oh, well, he didn't obviously play yesterday, so I don't know.
Well, yeah.
And obviously, the ABs.
And you get
he should have. I mean, we wanted to
and no Batista yesterday.
No Batista.
Batista did get up in the pen yesterday.
All that.
Yeah. By the way, the pen pitched pretty well yesterday. Soto, Brian Baker, Cianel Perez all blanked. Cianel Perez loaded the bases up, and he's scaring me earlier this season. Who's not scaring me, by the way, who's surprising me? Brian Baker.
What did
I say?
6 innings and no run so far, right?
I think Joe Racky and Nick Boat are going to fucking come through this screen and
I told you guys.
Don't focus on you.
Remember, this is my chance. This is my chance to be like, I told you so.
Small sample.
You're a bomb guy, all right? So wait till that guy comes out.
Bauman.
Who told you to put the bomb on? Did I tell you to put the bomb on?
Put the bomb on. Jack Styles. I tell you to put the bomb on.
Oh, you're talking about Bowman. Bowman might get sent down.
Whatever
here
his name
too,
is. Your face is my case. We need to do a draft of best Seinfeld episodes. It has to happen.
It will.
Feeling Good by Michael Bublé is show's walk-up song. Is that real? And I'm feeling good.
And goddamn Canadian.
We're going to get demonetized for that. You can't escape them, dude. You know who the favorite to win the golf tournament this week was? Corey Connors.
Yes.
Canadian.
Fucking, you're such a douche. And my megaphone's red and white.
What's the golf tournament this weekend?
So they played last. Yeah, it's the Valero Texas Open. It's in. They played TPC San Antonio last week. This week is the course in Houston. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically these are the tune-up courses for the Masters. The best guys all play in one of the two. So last week, Rory and Scheffler and Wyndham Clark and a lot of those guys played. This week, Ludwig Aberg and Schauffele and a bunch of those guys, Spieth.
Ludwig,
those guys are all playing this week. As we go into the Masters next week, which once again we will be having a little preview for, and we'll do some sort of a little contest. We'll pick some golfers and see who does the best.
Try to get our resident PGA Tour guy on here, announcer.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get him on.
We might have a cool guest joining us next Thursday. That's I'm not going to mention it yet because I don't want to jinx it, but
yeah. We have hopefully something lined up for next Thursday's show that will be pretty cool for you guys. But yeah, anyway, check us out next week if you want to hear our Masters takes and stuff like that. We'll probably do that on Tuesday or Thursday next week. But yeah, I wanted to mention the Ohtani thing, and I wanted to mention how the Dodgers are 8-0, and the Braves are 0-7. The dichotomy of these two powerhouses in the National League. I know you love big words, dichotomy.
We're 6 games in, boys. We're 6 games in.
6 games in,
Calm
and we already
down.
have a lot of complaints. We already got a lot.
Everyone, take a breather, myself included.
Yeah.
Breather.
You're the one bitching and moaning earlier. God damn it.
Damn. It's been a long week, man.
Another. Well, I was gonna bring up the one other thing that are you staying on baseball, Dusty? Because I was gonna
no. I was gonna move on.
I was going to move on to Carmelo Anthony, Baltimore boy, getting into the Hall of Fame, headlining the next class.
Wow, I didn't see that. That's awesome.
Did they announce the other people in the class or just Carmelo?
I don't know. They just said he's the headliner, so maybe not. I don't know.
I'm going to try to get that.
The Basketball Hall of Fame is not the NBA Hall of Fame. It is an all-encompassing.
I think it's kind of cool.
Do you?
I like it. Yeah. Because I like that, like Pistol Pete Maravich was not going to the NBA Hall of Fame, but he should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame, right?
Correct.
I like that. I think it's cool. And also Carmelo Anthony, a stud in college. I think he was picked in our draft of best college players ever. He only played 1 year. He should get recognized for that year at Syracuse, right?
Him and Hakeem Warwick. God, what a name.
I mean, he's still like on the top scoring list. Like he's in top 15 or 20. I think. Could be wrong.
Yeah, he's one of the
at the time that he retired from the NBA, he was number 10 on the all-time points list.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, he might still be number 10 for all I know, but he could have got bumped too recently.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a few here soon bumping him. I don't know where everybody's at the moment, so.
By the way, I love that everyone's like Joker got a triple double. Let me tell you something real quick, fellas.
The full class is going to get announced on Saturday. Sorry,
okay.
It's just Carmelo that's been announced so far.
Joker had 61 fucking points. If he went 61 9-9, it's still a really good day. Just gonna throw it out there. If he went 61 10-10.
I guess trivia question as well. Where is the Basketball Hall of Fame?
Ooh, I would assume in Kansas.
It's in Ohio, isn't it? Isn't it in like Akron?
Everything's in Ohio. I don't know.
Is it in Akron? Columbus?
Drew Carey's in Ohio. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's in Ohio.
Drew Carey's in Ohio.
I actually think the basketball's in New York.
Is it?
But I'm looking at it.
I don't know. Indiana?
No.
Is it Indy?
I don't think so.
The other
Naismith.
Stars. Yeah.
It's in Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts.
It would have taken me a million years to get there. Would have never gotten there.
I'd rather root for Corey Connors before I ever would have guessed Springfield.
The other most notable players that are up for the Basketball Hall of Fame this year: Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, and Maya Moore. All of them will certainly be getting in. Mark Few and Billy Donovan are up as coaches, and then there's a couple referees, contributors, teams. That'll be in, but yeah, Maya Moore and Sue Bird locks. Dwight Howard, he's a lock as well. I would imagine all of them will be getting in. Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them. Well, look, we don't talk a lot of basketball on this show, so how about
name is Gary Williams stole my lawn furniture.
We don't talk a lot of NBA basketball on this show. Gary Williams has nothing to do with the NBA. And also, Brooks has amended that name in his little blurb today. So check that out. Buzz Williams stole his lawn furniture. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's good seeing Drew and John yesterday. John rocking the Gary Williams stole my lawn furniture hat. That's awesome.
Yeah, how awesome is that? And also, shout out to Joe Radke. Bad day to be a hat.
Bad day to be a hat, yeah.
Hell yeah. Joe, how's the hat fit? I hope it's good because it took about 6 months for it to get to you.
I know.
I just sent it.
Brooks, I got my West Fork hat on.
Cool.
Where Naismith started the game in Springfield, Mass. Yeah, didn't know that. Sorry, Laura. Didn't know that. I was unaware.
Laura's going to be our resident NBA basketball.
That's cool.
Albert Doubleday did not create baseball.
Abner.
Whatever his name is.
Nobody's called Abner anymore. If you ever meet an Abner, send him our way.
By the way, the commercial with what's his name? He played like he's on SNL and played MacGruber, and he's like the old guy. We've ran out of all of our peach baskets.
Oh yeah.
You guys see, what are they doing over there? They're horsing around, playing horse.
And Barkley comes and dunks and just rips the peach basket.
If you like old
We should have called
basketball,
it Titty Leagues.
if you like older basketball stuff and you're interested in like the start of the NBA, watch the Celtic City documentary that's coming out on HBO week by week. It's really good.
Bill Simmons.
The first episode is Kuzi, the second episode is Russell, and then the third episode is like the dark days, and then they get into Larry Bird, they get into Len Bias, but they tell the story of basketball through the lens of the Celtics. It's really cool if you're interested in the history of the NBA.
It's a good way to put it there, Dusty, through the lens of the Celtics. And really, you also get race in there, which none of us are racists or do any of that racial shit, and we hate politics and all that stuff, but you really get into through the lens of the Celtics, like you said, Dusty. Great way to put it.
Yeah.
You get a lot of culture
All the
through
Bill
the game
Russell
of basketball.
stuff.
Yeah. A lot of Bill Russell stuff and how he was like a pioneer for cultural change and stuff like that. It's really good. And if you haven't seen it, it's really educational. And I learned a lot of stuff especially about the early days of the NBA. But anyway,
I firmly believe this. And I know we're taking a right turn from the left-hand lane. There you go. There's my statement of the day. You really get to understand how Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are, without a doubt, in my eyes, the two most influential basketball players of all time. Because the NBA really didn't become the NBA until then. You had black versus white. You had West Coast versus East Coast. And you had two very dominant personalities. And it really changed the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue.
I'll have to watch that.
It's hard to argue. I would say now at this point, Steph Curry has done that for the new generation of basketball with the way he shot and the way that basketball is evolving. I think Steph Curry has been a huge part of that too. Obviously, LeBron is a great player, but you can't aspire to be LeBron James. You can't aspire to be 6'9" and the most like chiseled athletic freak that's ever been gifted by God. You know what I mean? So Steph Curry's way of playing it seems more attainable, and I think kids gravitate to that. Anyway,
and that's not knocking eras. Like you have Will Chamberlain, and you look at numbers like he had 50 rebounds. Like that's not a real number. He had 100 points in a game. That's not a real number. It's not discrediting.
They still haven't proved that either. I don't think.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is when you say that, when I say the statement like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are the two most influential, it doesn't mean I'm discrediting Julius Erving or Oscar Robertson. It just means they came in the television era. They were white, black. They brought race into it. They brought Converse into it. East Coast, West Coast, Celtics, Lakers. That's a big, it's all that stuff is great.
Yeah. One other thing about the NBA too here that I forgot to mention, that the A-Rod ownership transfer of the Timberwolves just got finalized yesterday or today.
Yeah, that took forever. That took like 10 years. Right? Didn't it start
Shams on McAfee's show said, and I'm looking at the quote here on Twitter, "This is a heist. No team is selling for less than $3 billion in the NBA ever again." Because I guess the transfer was for 1 point something.
So this started like 10 years ago and
4 years ago.
However long ago it was. The NBA has since boomed with the sale of the Phoenix Suns for $4 or $5 billion with Matt Ishbia a couple years ago. That was like this unattainable number.
1.5.
And then the Dallas Mavericks sale happens. That's like $5 million. And then the Celtics sale that just happened, over $6 billion. That they never thought in a million years that it would ever be that high of a number.
Yeah.
And obviously Washington football team, formerly the Redskins, now the Commanders, their sale influenced that heavily. But a lot of crazy stuff going on.
So it's Mark Lore and it's Alex Rodriguez and their team, I guess. Obviously, when you purchase one of these, you purchase the women's team as well, and they have plans to build a new arena as well, which is pretty cool. So good for them.
And they probably have one of the top 3 players in the NBA right now, and Ant-Man.
Yep.
By the way, he is a stud in regards to on screen and off screen. He is incredible.
Edwards,
Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. Yeah.
He's the next guy in the NBA. I think if they can put a team around him in Minnesota, that matters.
I know we try to talk TV shows from time to time. If you haven't seen Starting Five, I don't know what platform it's on. Probably Netflix. Starting Five. One of them is about Ant-Man, and he's electric. The camera gravitates to him. He is literally a red dot, waiting to happen. The minute the camera comes on, he's on fire.
I love that saying. The camera gravitates towards him. He doesn't gravitate. I love that. That's good. That's good stuff there, Bri.
What?
How about
have you seen all this stuff on like people put on Twitter, Dusty, like guys who play for like the front of the jersey and guys who play for the name on the back of the jersey?
Thank you, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody just posted something of Willard and him holding up his Maryland jersey when he was introduced, and he's holding up the back with Willard, and then Buzz with him holding up the front of the jersey. That was interesting.
Yeah, I love that.
Love that too.
I love the joke that you brought up before we went on air about somebody saying Kevin Willard, somebody on Twitter saying Kevin Willard's already frustrated with Villanova's NIL money and he's thinking about taking the Texas A&M job. I thought that was hilarious.
Well, the last time we went to the Texas A&M we had a guy with hair and had a gray spot in it. So I don't know if we want to go down the market.
Oh yeah, that's
no. I thought he was Texas Tech. Wasn't
he?
Texas
Tech.
A&M?
Texas Tech. I think
he was Texas
A&M.
Tech.
Let's Google it. Put it on the Google later.
Let's ask Jeeves. We got to ask Jeeves.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about this? Texas A&M should have a ridiculous amount of money for NIL stuff because they have a lot of really rich
they're
people.
still paying Jimbo Fisher, I think, $30 million to not coach their football team.
I mean, they got oil money down there.
He's unfortunately correct. It was Texas A&M. He formerly coached at Jacksonville State and Wichita State before that. Still overall really good record, but no tournament success. Good for you, Mark Turgeon. Glad you're on some deserted island collecting all your money. I hate your face.
It is interesting that we just the coach that we hired has a much better resume than the coach that we just were upset that walked away.
Yeah. The problem is we have no AD or players. That's
true.
The big problem.
Truth. That is true.
How about, speaking of players, we're going to go to a different sport here. How about Capitals left wing Alex Ovechkin scoring 2 nights in a row. There are now 7 games left in the regular season. He needs 2 to tie and 3 to pass Wayne Gretzky to get into hockey immortality and to win me $500, which is more important, way more important than anything he could do on the ice. But yeah, 2 nights in a row, the Caps got kind of walloped last night. They lost 5-1, but Ovi got one in. And he also scored the night before after our podcast. We weren't able to talk about it. So 2 nights in a row. We were saying we didn't think because he needed 5 goals in 9 games. We were saying we're not 100% sure because he's slowed down if he's going to get there. And guess what? 2 goals in 2 nights. And now we're right back on pace. He needs 3 goals in the next 7 games, which is well within reason. He could do that in the next game. By the way, he is 1 away. He's got 39 goals this year, despite missing a month and a half of the season with a broken fucking leg. He's got 39 goals this year. If he scores 1 more, he will have his 14th 40-goal season.
He's 39 years old.
Unfucking believable. The most goals ever scored by a guy above 39 years old was Gordie Howe. He scored 44 goals at the age of 41, I think, something like that. So that number is attainable now as well. Also, I don't think Ovechkin is going to be leaving after the season, even if he breaks the record. He seems to be playing as well as he's ever played. How about this? I mean, how awesome has this been to watch this whole season, especially when he broke his leg? It seemed like it was over, and he just came back, and he's just still got the magic. It's just one of those guys that it's just the aura is around him, right?
Brooks, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about what he's done this year. I mean, you said, is he as good as he's ever been? No, absolutely not. He's slow. He's old. But I mean, the man still has a fucking shot. I mean, he's still a sniper. So he can still lay wood. He's not losing any of his weight or muscle or anything like that. He just might be a little bit slower. But yeah, it's been incredible. I don't love that the Caps are trending in the wrong direction right now, right before playoffs, but I can't believe how good they've been this year.
Breaking news, Gunnar Henderson will not be playing baseball for the Orioles today. No Gunnar in the lineup. The starting lineup is as follows. Actually, I'll just put it up on the screen for you guys.
Put it up on the screen. I'm going to keep going with the Ovi stuff while we're on the topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, the dude's Russian. He's going to continue to fucking motor through shit. He has a flair for the dramatic. So I highly believe that he will break this record.
Yeah.
During this season, because can you imagine him coming 1 goal short? They're going to keep feeding him the puck because they basically have already won the President's Trophy.
Yeah.
Based on points.
Yeah.
So what the hell do they have to lose? Feed him the puck, feed him the puck, feed him the puck. He'll get an empty netter or 2, and then one more. And now this is a traveling road show. Gary Bettman and Wayne Gretzky following the Capitals around.
Do they play today, or they probably don't?
They play tomorrow night. They played 2 in a row. They play tomorrow night against Chicago in Washington, and then they go to New York to play the Islanders on Sunday, and then they have 3 or 4 days off before they go back home to play Carolina. And that Carolina game, the 3rd game left on the schedule, the cheapest ticket in house is $194. So I would assume people are looking at these ticket prices, and they're going to skyrocket based on how many goals he has left going.
Can you take this off for a minute? Okay, Heston Chris that's playing right field. That's great.
yeah. Sorry, I'll stop sharing.
So they're pretty pissed at O'Neill then, huh?
Cutoff man, dude. But
yeah,
look. Do they stop the game?
They have to
for an extended period of time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think they do.
Didn't Cal ride in a fucking convertible around the stadium in the middle of the game?
Yeah, but it's baseball.
Yeah. Honestly, what do they do? I mean, does Wayne Gretzky and Gary Bettman come out and hand him some sort of trophy, or
I don't know, but like hockey players don't like that kind of stuff either.
They hate that shit.
They'd rather be like after the game, let's have a celebration, like what he did for LaFleur or Fleury.
Fleury, and you know what? That's something we missed. So that was awesome on Tuesday. Is how awesome that was. They did a handshake line for Fleury. That was
well.
great.
I loved it that Ovi went and got all of his players and said, "No, don't go back in the locker room. We're like this is the end of his career. This is the last time we're gonna see him. Let's say bye."
Yeah, right, he's a Hall of Fame goalie.
And they had their beef for a while, and good.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it was a beef. I think it was just Fleury had the best of them, man.
It was just competitive
playoffs. Yeah,
and Pittsburgh got the best of us for a long time before we finally.
For whatever reason, he could not score on Fleury for a while.
That shit I love, and I think that's stuff that it's lost in sports now because everyone's jersey is changing all the time. Like I like that little like that anger against each other. Like I didn't like James Ferrier. But Ray Lewis and James Ferrier have a great relationship.
Yeah.
But on the field, they're a fucking bunch of people in the face.
James Ferrier, I forgot about that guy. Wow. So many good players, so many good linebackers. But yeah, anyway, Westbrook's playing second, Holiday's playing short, Urias playing third, Carlson getting his first start, I believe. And no Mountcastle in the lineup. Is somebody in a tornado?
Brooks, are you actively manscaping and we just can't see your hands? Like, what's
is that a jackhammer?
Yeah.
Is that a jackhammer? A weed whacker? What's going on?
Yeah, it's the neighbors cutting their lawn, of course.
Classic.
But yeah, Mullins in the leadoff. I saw Joe's comment as this 2022, and you got to really be mad at O'Neill to put him at DH and put O'Hearn at first and Kerstead and right.
I mean
what is that?
One he played the ball terrible off the wall.
I know.
He played it terrible off the wall. Then misses 2 cutoff.
It's okay, man. He's hitting like a machine. He's got like the third highest. He's got like the third highest batting average in the league at this point. Yeah,
I do have to bring up
Kerstead in the field. That's the only thing.
I told Dusty this before the podcast. I don't think you were on, but the Orioles have the highest batting average of any team in the major leagues right now. I mean, again,
we're 3-3.
6 games in. 6 games in.
Yeah.
Look, just keep winning series. You win 2 out of 3 every time. You're going to be very nice at the end of the year. Keep winning series.
Yeah. Mounty getting a day off. He's had a little bit of struggles to start the year, and we've had a couple.
Pick the click back, obviously, because I picked Mounty.
Oh yeah, I need to get that in here before 1:00. What do you guys think? I represent the show here, so what do you guys think? Pick the click for Pigtown Sports.
I'm taking give me Heston, give me Kerstead.
All right, are we on agreement? I mean, we can only pick one. So are we on agreement with Heston?
Yeah, sure, Heston. I was going to say him or Homer.
What?
Him or Homer?
Oh, Homer. Oh. I was like, what did you say?
I'm cool with O'Hearn.
Let's go. Let's go. I like Kerstad.
I like Kerstad.
He's hitting the warehouse today. Calling it.
Yes.
It's too cold there. He's not doing that.
Joe might lose it in his truck.
Yeah. Lose it.
His marbles.
Involves him having a truck.
Mr. Marbles?
All of them. You lost all your marbles?
There was a report from Andy Koska like 25 minutes ago that Jorge Mateo and Gary Sanchez had gotten into it in the dugout, but apparently they were yelling each other about Jordan and LeBron. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun that's happening. Also, there's a Masson Steve Maluski Twitter account that said last night that Gunnar Henderson was on his way to Camden Yards. That is a fake Twitter account.
So I fell for it.
Yeah, don't fall for that shit.
I fell for it, damn it.
Fall for those bullshit.
Next to Metcalf.
Damn
it. Damn it.
If we had a That's a Shame segment today, I would give it to John Morant for using finger guns at the opposing bench the other night after he has been in trouble several times for having weapons on him. Dude, get a grip, man. Get a grip.
Stop it.
Put them away.
Get a grip. Anyway.
True, Laura.
I don't really have anything else content-wise for the show.
What do I know about the NBA, Laura? I know that Larry Bird is freaking amazing. The man walked out to a three-point shooting contest, goes, who's playing for second? Never took his warm-ups off and won the damn three-point contest. He told Cornbread Maxwell, I'm going to take the ball out here. I'm going to go over to the corner. I'm going to shoot in your face. We're going to win the game. He did it.
Silent J in right field, boys. I'm excited about this. Yeah. I'm excited about this game.
Silent J Gibbons.
Great forearms. First team all forearms.
Wow. Him and Luke Scott.
Matt Holiday.
And Luke Scott.
Luke Scott, great forearms.
Brian Roberts had some jacked forearms in his HGH days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not confirmed, by the way. Just guessing. Just making a guess.
I'm not. I watched him eat double bean burritos at Nacho Mama's.
That sounds
good. For one
only other thing I can think of notable stuff is that Trey Hendrickson of the Cincinnati Bengals went on the Pat McAfee show and said he's unhappy with the Bengals comments.
Did you see the comment?
His stuff? No, I did not. What can you explain it to me?
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was bad. It's Bengals being Bengals, man.
Yeah.
The hell.
Just got a package delivered. Be right back.
Same. That dude was knocking on my door earlier, like the FedEx guy. He can hear me talking in here, like he knows I'm on doing something. But it's like a wine subscription thing, so I had to show my ID so he couldn't leave it. All right, so Bengals executive Katie Blackburn, here was her quote. He should be happy at certain rates that maybe he doesn't think he'd be happy at. I think some of it is on him to be happy at some point, and it's not, and he's not. That's what's holding it up sometimes. We have all the respect in the world for him. He's a great player. We're happy to have him, and so maybe we'll find a way to get something to work. But then, as you said, I don't know if you actually got to it or not yet, but Trey Hendrickson basically came out on McAfee's show and said they have had like zero communication with me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't So,
yeah. He said him and his agent have been nothing but willing to listen, but they haven't heard basically anything. Hendrickson, by the way, this is according to ESPN, 31 years old, coming off the best season of his career. He led the NFL in sacks last year, was named to the All-Pro team for the first time in his career. However, he is set to make $21 million this year on the last year of his deal, and he ranks 10th among edge rushers in average annual salary, and that's according to ESPN. So obviously, guy leads the league in sacks, most productive edge rusher in the league, doesn't want to be the 10th highest paid in the league, and I get it, especially in a contract year. So yeah, if you're the Bengals organization, maybe don't say anything. That's just my opinion on the show. So, yeah, you guys want to do call-ins?
Yeah, let's do it.
Want to open the line?
Mm-hmm.
Joe, Laura, whoever's listening, you guys want to call in, ask us something, tell us something. If you have any recommendations for stuff that we should watch, gave out Celtic City on HBO. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. Any other stuff you guys seen or been watching lately that
well, I have my story time with Brian.
People? Oh yeah, story time with Brian. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's get into that while we send out the link for calls.
That's fine. While we open up the call line. First off, I'm talking with Josh from Benny's right now. He's basically wanting me to pub up again. It's called the Light Up Little Italy Festival, the Gaba Foundation, and the Oriole Advocate Foundation, and the GILD Foundation. So there's a lot of foundations. We're going to get the links out to you guys to donate if you're out of town and you can't be there. But if you are in town, get there. Go hang out with good people.
We'll put the links on Instagram
Benny's
today.
is the new Benny's is it's only been open 9 months. It's a great. The inside is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, and great. By the way, for me, anything beautiful, it means that you have to have a great bathroom facility because I like to poop. It's my second favorite sport, so definitely great spot. But either way, best balls on the block. Just go see these guys and go support this foundation, these foundations, and this festival that happens on the 17th and 18th. I know Rob Long will be there from 105.7. He's obviously a huge fan of Antonio and Rosedale. So please go out and see these guys. And just good people take care of good people. That's the best way I could possibly put it. So go do it. Story time with Brian. Had a young lady come in. She is a naval veteran. She won a court case for child support a couple of days ago. Congratulations to you, Allison. Unfortunately, she celebrated a little too hard and started doing a couple of JMOs and then started talking about women's rights unprovoked and just started going off and then started calling me Mr. Man. She forgot my name. Threw up in the bathroom, and then threatened to kill me 6 times. Had to call the police. That was awesome. I don't like doing that whatsoever. And really, really, really fun time. Started pushing me, physically like touching me. Thank you to Mike Latham, a.k.a. Cabbage, and his wonderful fiance, Haley, for being there and being witnesses to all of this. And hey, guys, do yourself a favor. When you drink, have fun. But don't become a menace to society. Like, we're all here to have a good time. Don't drink to forget. Drink to enjoy company.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
Look, as a bartender of 10 plus years, I've seen quite a bit of stuff, quite a bit of things like this. I've had stuff like this happen to me. And you can't retaliate. There's nothing really you can do. There's nothing you can do to smooth over the situation with certain people. They're just going to be menaces regardless. Just do your best. If you see something like that at the bar or you see something getting out of hand, try to get it before it happens, nip it in the bud before stuff like that happens. It's just fucking ridiculous. But
be kind to people.
Yeah. Be nicer to people.
There's no reason to be angry. Just be kind. Like no one was doing anything wrong and I'm sure it does to your situations. There's no reason to be rude. Like we're just drinking and having fun.
Yeah. Look, I get it. It's frustrating as shit, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I'm sorry that all that shit. I'm sorry that bartenders all over the place have to go through that shit, and not just bartenders, people of all walks of life,
people in general.
It just sucks. Just be nicer to other people. It's really a great thing. Before we get into Joe,
and the police officers were great, by the way. They were phenomenal. Baltimore BPD was great.
Joe, we're going to bring you on, but before, I just want to say Brandon Hyde just did say, according to Rock, as of 5 minutes ago, Brandon Hyde said Gunnar Henderson is probable to play tomorrow. This was a scheduled off day and rest day, probably going to meet the team in Kansas City and play tomorrow. So that's what we were thinking. If he's not playing today, he's going to play tomorrow. So don't worry, Gunnar's going to be back here soon, and he's going to bring the reinforcements that we need, hopefully, for this offense.
Does he play coach?
Huh?
Does he fly coach?
Does he fly coach? Gunnar? I doubt it. I don't know. Scott Boras probably has a plane that he can ride in.
The Orioles put
Am I cutting out here? Sorry, guys. All right, let's bring Joe in.
Most likely.
What's up, Joe? Nice hat, dude.
Yeah, you like this hat?
I do like that hat. I've seen it before.
It was on my porch yesterday.
Before I got blown away.
Yeah.
When do you,
Before it got
Joe?
blown away.
When do you trim your beard?
I don't know. Every 6 months or so, maybe.
Nice.
When you have to think about it that hard.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Oh man.
You're a human
Joe?
sprout. You look like a sprout, dude. You look great.
Joe, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Thanks for repping the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture hat. You got any Arkansas facts or anything you want to talk about today other than Arkansas Razorbacks baseball?
It was tornado last night that came through.
I can hear the roommate in the background, brother.
Yeah.
Can you hang on a second? The tornadoes came through last night pretty hard, but she's reminded me I need to go to Social Security this week while I'm off because I don't have a Social Security card, and I completely keep forgetting that, and I need to get a real ID. So it's impossible to do without a Social Security card.
Can we get her on, please?
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. But yeah, I need to take care of that because my driver's license, because I'm the third, so my driver's license has a 3RD and my Social Security card has a III, and computers can't translate that they're the same thing. So I can't go online and get a new card. I actually have to go in the office. I almost didn't get my Red Bull job because of it, honestly, because
this is like the Nate Bargatze joke.
Job.
This is like the Nate Bargatze joke where he's like, they wouldn't let him fly because his driver's license says Nate, or his driver's license says Nathaniel, and then everything else he has says Nate. He's like, yeah, but you can see how we got here, right?
Yeah.
You see the steps that we took? Like,
yeah.
Oh
man.
my god.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's crazy.
government.
I'm sorry that you had to get through all that shit. That's bullshit. But
yeah, I probably should go take care of it because I need to get a real ID. It's
bullshit.
gonna come up soon, and I can't get on a plane without it come 2 months from now. So I better take care of it.
Yeah.
How's everything in Arkansas? Was there a lot of damage, or is it your surrounding area all right? How's everything going there after the tornadoes?
We came through it all right. Around us to the west and to the north and to the east got it hit pretty bad. I guess there's a Lake City, Arkansas that saw 2 or 3 tornadoes go through. And Memphis got hit, and my buddy texted me from Nashville, said they got hit pretty hard. So
Damn.
We were lucky. It stormed all night and all day, but it's still thundering a little bit. And we're supposed to get like 10 inches of rain in 3 days, so it's flash flooding everywhere.
Christ, yeah, we're having the same thing. I mean, it's nice today. It's 60 degrees and sunny right now, but I think it's like a chance of rain like every day this week is going to be crazy.
Yeah, that up and down weather
kind of ruined the tulip festival that was supposed to happen this week. I don't think people are going to pick the tulips when it's raining outside.
No, especially if it's tornado wind. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so.
Yeah, I'm all right on that. All right on that.
I see that the Arkansas Razorback baseball team's 26-3 and still ranked second in the country. Have you been following them? Have you been watching the games?
Who have they lost?
Yeah. They lost a midweek game to Missouri State, and they lost in week 1 to Michigan or something in Texas. One of those games down in Texas they lost, and they lost to Ole Miss 1 game in Mississippi. But there are 8-1 in SEC play, I think.
Love that.
2 sweeps.
Ole Miss, by the way, number 9 in the country. So losing to them, that's fine.
Swept Vandy this past weekend. Swept South Carolina the weekend before. The midweek game was actually in Little Rock this week, and it's hard to get tickets. They go really fast because they play at the Travelers Ballpark. So,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they come down once a year to play. The football team plays in Little Rock once a year too.
God, the SEC is just a gauntlet. Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss, all in the top 10.
Yeah, and they're 8-1. Nuts.
Yeah,
What a start.
eight of the 10 teams. 8 of the 10 teams in the top 10 are SEC teams.
It's fucking crazy.
Joe, do you live in a DZ Discovery Zone? What's going on there, man? Is there a zip line to your treehouse?
That's a throwback.
Dog's getting a little rowdy.
All right, Joe. Do you have any Arkansas facts for us before we send you off here?
God, do not give me anything about a grand marshal.
I
don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
No grand marshal today.
Oh man.
Oh God.
No. All right.
No, that's all I got today, guys.
All right, Joe. Well, stay safe with the tornadoes and stuff. Hey. We're glad you finally got the hat. Brian didn't send it this time, so it worked out.
Hey,
yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I'm glad you're safe. And also, let me know when you're coming in May, by the way, buddy, please.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I got a bunch of home improvements I got to take care of. So
okay. Well, also, I want to get you some Oriole tickets to the game for you. And is the missus coming as well?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We got to figure it all out.
He might not even be coming if he doesn't get to the Social Security office today.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's gonna have to drive. He's gonna have to drive.
It's a long drive.
It is a long drive.
The missus in the back of the Rebel truck with the dog.
A long drive. Takes 24 hours to get there. So
Jesus.
No,
I'm good on that. All right, Joe. Well, have a good one. Stay safe, man. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for coming on, man.
Appreciate
it. All right, guys. Later.
Cheers. All right, and that was Joe Radke, our resident Arkansasian. How do you say it?
Arkansas? I don't know.
Arkansan. That sounds better than what I was doing.
Yeah, you were trying something. I don't know what you were trying.
Hey, by the way, what's with your hat, man?
It's SpongeBob's house.
SpongeBob. It's the pineapple under the sea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a new era. New era.
The Sean Floyd.
Yeah. No.
I'm still not happy that he didn't get voted off the Quality Hams group chat for not seeing tips.
Yeah, look, man, the guy hasn't seen Field of Dreams. What were you expecting?
Unreal, man. He hasn't seen the new Top Gun, which is amazing.
Yeah,
awesome. It's like two movies in one.
It's so good.
It gets cheesy at the last like 30 minutes to get
Who
cheesy.
cares?
But
it's Tom Cruise. Who cares? You just got to run from stuff. Oh man.
Look, I'm not looking forward to any new movies really coming out. I know Katie and I want to watch The Wicked, but I heard it's like so long.
Dude, I was reading something on Twitter. I'll try to pull it up. You guys keep ranting for a sec.
That's fine. I just know, the Celtic series is absolutely amazing. I've been watching a ton of Guys Grocery Games and Tournament of Champions. I've watched a lot of cooking shows. So, Brooks, what do you watch? Again.
There was okay. So this is the fact that I read in October of 1994. These 4 movies were in theaters at the same time: Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and The Shawshank Redemption.
All right, which one would win your best picture out of those?
Well,
4?
Shawshank's got to be the best one.
It's Shawshank.
I'm not a Pulp. I know Pulp Fiction's hugely popular. I love Tarantino movies. Pulp Fiction is probably my least favorite Tarantino movie. I know people love it. Sorry, I just don't get it. I like Forrest Gump a lot, and Jurassic Park's obviously a classic too. But Shawshank is the best of those 4, in my opinion.
Shawshank. It's Shawshank all day.
Yeah. It's a little too long. A little too long. That's my only gripe. Just a little too long. It could be like 10 minutes shorter, but it's so good.
All right, stop griping.
It's one of the best lines I've ever heard. Some birds not meant to be caged. It's one of the best lines I've ever heard.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's so good.
Yeah. Anyway, can you imagine if we had a lineup of movies like that in 2025? How awesome that would be.
No, because they don't exist. They're all on Netflix or Apple TV or right now.
Yeah.
And when did biopic become biopic? Did some British guy say it?
I think it's like potato, man. I think you can say whatever you want.
People suck, dude. Just announce it the regular way. And Jurassic Park is amazing.
It is. I mean, just the original, I assume.
The original,
Do yourselves a favor. Look at Samuel L. Jackson's IMDb. You need 2 fingers to scroll down all of how many movies.
It's crazy. He's the highest grossing actor of all time by 1 million because he's in every Marvel movie that's ever been released.
If you physically go to your television right now and you click like the guide, you will find something that Samuel L. Jackson's in. He got ate by a shark in one movie. I mean, it's like
Deep Blue Sea. He got paid a ton of money for that. Yeah. Oh, LL Cool J survives in that movie. Sorry, spoiler again.
Yeah, spoiler.
Yeah, he uses his crucifix to shove into the shark's gills at the end. Remember that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget it. I watched that movie.
I used to employ a woman who believed megalodons still exist.
How can we be sure?
95% of the ocean's unaccounted for. We don't know. It could be down there. We just found out about giant squids like less than 15 years ago.
I watched.
Also, there might be some aliens down there too.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
A bit.
I think there's some aliens in the sea somewhere.
Yeah, we are way off the rails, guys. Way off.
Dude, I love it. This is the point of this podcast.
Yeah.
We go off the rails.
Yesterday I turned on AMC before the Oriole game came on. I was trying to kill like a couple hours, and AMC, the last hour of Major League was on, and then the movie after that was Caddyshack. So I watched the last half of Major League. I watched the first half of Caddyshack, and then I watched the Oriole game. So my day was great yesterday.
You're literally winning.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love every now and then just going on TV and watching it. Even though I can watch it with no commercials, it's nostalgic. It feels good.
Without a doubt. I mean, nostalgic movies feel so great.
Yeah.
Katie and I watched Woman of the Hour the other day. It has Anna Kendrick in it. She directed it as well. It has to do with a serial killer. This guy looks creepy as hell. Great actor, by the way. But it has to do with a guy named Randy. I might mispronounce the name. Al-Qaeda.
Is it a true story?
Al-Qaeda?
Al-Qaeda, not Al-Qaeda like that.
But also,
is it a true story?
It's a true story. This guy was a strangler, and he would always go around with a camera, and he would tell women, and he would pick on by pick. I mean, he would literally select women who looked like they were in, disheveled, shitty situations, and he'd be like, "You're beautiful, you're beautiful," and he would always drive them out to this desolate area in like Northern California, take photos of them, and then strangle them, tackle them. He got arrested and he died in incarceration, thank God. But he went on he went on the show.
He's the dating game guy. Yeah, I listened to a podcast about this guy.
Mm-hmm. He admitted to killing 7 women, but they believe that the number could be up to 130 women.
It's crazy. Those like if you've listened or watched any of those serial killer stuff from like the early 60s, 70s stuff when they didn't have the technology they have now, the amount of
60s, 70s.
Yeah. Before that, later, yeah.
Get away in the 90s. All you got to do is go to the next county.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think it's Theo Von has a joke. He's just like in the Wild West, you could be the worst guy ever. All you have to do is grow a mustache. You can move to the next town. You'd be fine. Nobody would even know. Yeah.
Hey, Wild Bill
60s and 70s, you could do it in the 90s, dude.
Yeah.
But this guy is all the 70s. It's funny you bring up that era, but it's all in the 70s, like between like 72 and 79. He would just find women, and he had like an infatuation with brunettes. He got arrested, got released on bail, killed 2 more people.
Jesus,
like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I'm gonna watch this probably today because
it's called Women of the Hour.
Also, Tony Hale's in it from Arrested Development and Veep. I love that guy. He's hilarious. Also, 94-minute runtime. Big fan of movies that are not that long. Hour and a half. Huge. That's my sweet spot there.
Huge.
Yeah.
Best actor of all time recently, it's got to be Bryan Cranston, without a doubt. I'm taking him all day. I love Tom Hanks, but anything Bryan Cranston's in. I watched Argo the other day for like the 88th time. Bryan Cranston's fucking amazing in that movie.
Yeah. Affleck's really good in that movie too. He won an Oscar for that. Anyway, we'll do a draft of best actors at some point, right? Have we ever done that? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have.
We should do comedic.
It's been a while.
We should do comedic actors and we should do regular actors. I don't think we have. I think we did movies, but I don't think we did actors. That's a good little draft idea.
We're going to see Shane Gillis this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's your Christmas present, right?
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
I saw that the new season of Tires comes out. Or
June
is that his
2nd?
show?
June
Yeah.
2nd. Yeah.
Tires, right?
Yeah. That's really the last thing. So you guys are more like the movie and show aficionados. And last thing I've seen, I watched Tires and I watched what you call it on Apple TV, and that's about it. I don't Shrinking, but I mean that's been out for a while. That was a while ago when we watched that.
Yeah,
I don't watch a ton of TV.
I just saw the Women's World Cup coming to the United States in 2031.
Shit. New season of The Last of Us comes out in a week or so too. That's crazy.
Like I've never even heard of that.
You should watch, dude. You could watch that whole season in one day. It is so fucking good.
That is
on HBO.
It's so good. And if you guys have
a video game, by the way, first good show that's ever been based on a video game, probably.
Also, you guys need to watch Kaleidoscope, and that's about 1.5 years, 2 years old.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, Brooks, this is something you and Caitlin can definitely get into because you can watch the season in any form you want, like a kaleidoscope. So it's one story, but broken down into like 6 or 7 parts, and you get to pick which part you want, and it's all based on color. So you can watch the white episode, the blue episode, the green episode, and you get the story broken down. It's so bizarro.
You can watch it in any order you want to. You can watch it back to front, front to back. It doesn't matter. You get the story the same way, or you get them in different ways. I haven't watched it, but I heard about it, and I was like, that's such a cool concept for a show.
Got some massively good actors in it, and just everything about it is awesome. You can Google like which way you should watch it, but
come up with your own.
I watched it my own way, and it was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, but who has the time?
Because you have a child.
People with no children.
you have a child and a playpen in your fucking basement that blows up. I've been in it.
Yeah. How am I supposed to watch the show with that going on?
How am I supposed to putt? All right, guys. That has been our Thursday edition of Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture. The Orioles play at 1:05 today. It looks like Gunner's going to be back tomorrow, not today. But we have Tanner Houck versus Charlie Morton, and then we go to Kansas City tomorrow.
Our pick to click is Heston Kjerstad, correct?
Yes. All right, put it in. Today is Heston Kjerstad. I'm going to be betting that on DraftKings, and I'm also going to be seeing what the Ryan O'Homer numbers are because that guy's been hitting it hard all year, and I think he's due.
I'm going to dip for the first time in a long time today, so this is going to be awesome.
Why?
What's the occasion?
I'm in the mood, man. I went to a baseball game yesterday. I didn't have dip, so I just went and bought 10.
All right. Start some bad habits.
I've been off of it for so long. I'm not going back.
You can't, man. Just eat some sunflower seeds. You'll be fine.
I don't even crave it anymore, which is nice because I used to crave it bad all the time.
You still got the tap.
Yeah. Stop doing that in front of him. You're going to get old habits going. All right, guys. That's been our Thursday edition of Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture. Thank you very much.
Go see the boys at Benny's. See the boys at Benny's and support. We'll get the links out to all these charities we just talked about earlier today.
Yeah. May 18th, Little Italy. Go support them. They're going to be helping a lot of causes there. And go just support any way you can. We'll get the links out on our socials of however.
There will be a lot of good people there as well. Orioles celebrities. You're going to have Jim Palmer down there. You'll have Dean Albany, a former scout for the Orioles. You'll have a couple other guys. I think Ken Wyman's going to be down there. Jeremy Kahn, like all those guys. Just good people support good people and be a good person. That's it.
That's all I got to say about that. Dusty, you got anything else?
I don't.
All right. Go O's.
Go Birds.
Go.